Hello, ladies. It's Jen Amabile here. Wanted to come on and share a very important message with you. If you're on, say hi. Tell me you're here. Say hello. Tell me what you're up to. I don't know about you, but it is so warm here. For those of you who don't know, I live in Asheville, North Carolina. And typically, it is February. Hey, Stephanie. Typically, it's February. It should be cold, but it is like 70 something degrees. So I'm loving it today. So I wanted to come on and talk about something that I had a conversation with someone today, and I know whenever I hear something that has to do with the work that I do, I always want to share it. Give people a few minutes to come on, but if you haven't already, I created a poll in the group. It should be in the announcements. If you are interested, I am thinking about starting a monthly virtual coaching and meditation group. So it would be $20, and I would pick a topic and having to do with single women, relationships, dating, whatever single women go through, any hot topics. And it would be a guided meditation. I would talk about the topic, and I would do some live coaching. So if this is of interest of you, please look at the poll and check yes or no. If it's not interesting to you, check no. If it is interesting to you, then check yes, and also add some topics that you would like me to cover. I'm just trying to gauge some interest because it's something that I've been wanting to do for a while, and it'd be a good way to get the benefits of coaching without the commitment. It would be once a month, and it's join when you want. You don't have to do it every month, but it's a really good way to get the benefits of my coaching without committing to a long-term program. And if financially you're having, just don't have the finances at the moment, it's a really good way to get that support that you're needing. If you're going through a breakup, if have gone through a breakup, if you are single and are at a crossroads, you thought your life was going to be something different than it is, and you're just frustrated and you don't know which direction to take, then it's a really good way to get the support that you need. Really affordable, $20 a month. So if this interests you, go to my page, go to the group. There should be in the announcements a poll. Just check yes. If it's not interesting to you, check no. If it is, just also add some topics that you would like me to cover. So see a few people on. So hey Sheila, hey Marie. So I wanted to talk about this topic today because it just hit me. I was having a conversation, and I know there's no coincidences, so I wanted to share with you. So I was speaking to actually my hairdresser of all people, and she just went through a breakup, and she said she did the breaking up, but she said that she was still not over her. And she said to me, I don't understand. I am the one who broke up with her. I didn't even want to be with her anymore. And every time I see her, I get super triggered. I still feel like I want to be with her. And she's like, I don't understand why I'm not over her yet. Now tell me if you can relate to this, because I know a lot of you out there are going through this right now. It's like you may be the one who did the breaking up, and you're still not over the person, and you're like, what the F? Like, I broke up with the person. I didn't even want to be with them anymore, but when I see them or, memories come up, and I'm still very triggered. And in her situation, she was seeing her ex with another person. So that was super, super triggering for her, which, we can all understand that, right? Even if you didn't want to be with the person anymore, it's like, well, why does somebody else get to have them? Or, why do they get to date and I'm still single? So she is still single, this person. Marie, yeah, oh my God, even with an abusive partner. Yes, exactly, especially such. And I had to deal with that as well. I dated someone who was verbally abusive, and just was not a good fit for me at all. And I had a very hard time getting over him. And if you watch my previous videos, I'll share with you It took me a very long time, about 3 years, to get over this person. And I was in the same boat. Like, why is it taking me so long? I broke up with this person. He was not good for me. And here is what her revelation was. So this is very important, because if you're going through this, let me know, because this is like so common among women who are going through breakups, and who have gone through past breakups and just can't seem to move on. So, and she's pretty well aware of her own stuff, but she came to the realization, and she said, and by the way, tell me if this is happening to you, like you broke up with somebody, or even if they broke up with you and you just can't get over them, and you see them and they're with somebody else and you get super triggered. Totally normal. But she said that she realized that all of her self-worth was tied to this person. So being with this person made her worthy. Being in this relationship made her worthy. She was worth something if she was in this relationship. Without the relationship, she is no longer worthy. And add to the fact that her ex is now with somebody. If she's with somebody, then gosh, her self-worth is definitely down the tank, because why did she pick her over me? Like, why does she get to be with her? And normally it doesn't make sense, because if she broke up with her, she technically should not be still hung up. It doesn't matter. Our brains, our minds, our egos really try to keep us stuck, keep us small, keep us in that like unworthy state. So her realization was, this person, my whole self-worth, all of my self-worth is tied to this person. And it's just not true. It's not truth. You are worthy just by being you. You don't need anybody else's company, relationship, approval to prove that you are worthy and that your self-worth is high at all. Like, that is just not the truth. But that's how we're wired. We put all of our eggs, so to speak, into one basket, and being in that relationship means we're worthy. If we're not in a relationship, then there must be something wrong with us. That we must be broken. There must be something going on, and we are not we don't deserve a relationship. So these are the stories that we create in our mind. These are the beliefs that we have. These are things the ego tries to keep us stuck. The ego tries to keep us in that little box with all of these things. And when we start believing these things, it makes us hard to move on. It makes us hard to seek out the relationship that is really healthy for us, because our self-worth is tied back in that other relationship, whether it's from 5 months ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. So, hey Tiffany, hey Gabriella, good to see you. So that's where it's at. So if you are still hung up on somebody, if you're still wish you were over that person, like, this is why. It's of course there's other reasons. Of course you probably will still have feelings for the person. That is totally normal. But if it's a situation where this relationship was not good for you, you did the breaking up, this person was not healthy for you, but you still are hanging on, it's because all your self-worth is tied to that one person. And we should never, ever, ever look to the outside to prove our self-worth or to make ourselves feel worthy. We have to cultivate that within ourselves. And that is doing the inner work. And that is creating our inner happiness. And that is listening to our heart's desires and taking action on those. It's when we start ignoring what we want, we put all our eggs in one basket, we, serial date because we think that's going to make us feel better. That is when our self-worth is tied to outside things, people, circumstances. So tell me if this resonates with you. Tell me, if you're going through this, because it's so super common for women. And I see it so much. And there's no shame in it, because we all have gone through it. And I've shared my journey before with this group, with this person that I dated. And not for very long, but it took me, we'd only dated 6 months, but it took a good 3 years for me to get over it. And there's also another reason why that it happens too. It's because we try to shut off our love for that person because we think, oh, we're done, the relationship's over, I should not love this person anymore. And when you're shutting that love off for that person, you're also shutting off your own love, and that's where we feel that pain. That's where we really feel that heartache and that feeling in your stomach where you feel like you're gonna die. Um, and I know you all know what I'm talking about. So, Gabrielle, yes, you resonate. Yes, definitely. Yeah. So that's the two things. It's like all our self worth is tied to that person. And it's like, of course, you get that adrenaline rush, you get those endorphins are kicking in. When you feel good when you're around that person until you don't, until like their abusive or not healthy behavior kicks in. But it doesn't matter because you are equating your self-worth with being with that person because it means something. So my guidance and support for you is to let that go, like not let that person, whatever they're doing, mean anything about you. So what? They're dating somebody else. Yeah, it's painful, but it doesn't mean anything about you. It doesn't mean that you are less worthy or not deserving. Another common feeling is feeling rejected. And of course, that's so normal to feel that. And I get it. Feeling rejected, like even if the person isn't dating anybody else, the fact that you're not with them anymore, feeling rejected, like what's wrong with me? Why can't I maintain a relationship? And it's normal. It's normal to feel that way. But here's the thing. It's when the breakup is like such a piece of gold because you get to deep dive and you get to say, okay, what did I learn from this relationship? What do I need to work on with myself? Because I always say everybody is your mirror. So what is this person reflecting back to me that I need to work on? So really looking at this person as your teacher and like, okay, oh my gosh, these issues are in my face right now. This is what I'm dealing with. What do I need to work on internally? So a lot of times it has nothing to do with the person, but everything about you. And this is not like to blame or shame or anything like that, but it's really an invitation to deep dive into your inner work. So this is why I've created my 1 month intensive, because I really feel so passionate about helping women to get over that hump, to really get past the breakup, past the heartache, so you can really deep dive into the lesson and to really get to the part of what is going on here, especially if you see a pattern. So if you date, pretty much the same person, but just looks different suit, then you really want to get to the heart. Like, what is going on here? What is this? What are my dating patterns showing about me that I need to work on, that I need to heal in order to move forward in a healthy way? So if your patterns are unhealthy and you see the same thing over and over and over again, it's a time to take a step back and say, okay, what am I doing? What am I doing here? What am I doing? What's the pattern that I'm repeating? What do I need to heal within me? And it's not that you're doing anything wrong. It's really an invitation. It's an invitation to heal and grow and expand and to really like get clear. Like, who am I? Like, what's your worth? You have to know your worth. You have to know your worth. And if you are dating people who are constantly reflecting back low self-worth, then that's an invitation to dive deeper. So my 1 month intensive goes through all of this. We deep dive. We talk about like what your patterns are. We talk about what the lesson here is in the breakup, how this person was your teacher, and what you can do differently for the next person. So Gabriella says, I break up, he doesn't let go. We begin as friends until he wants my whole life. No, he's too much. Yeah. Yeah, and that's so common too. Believe me, I've been through that also. I mean, broke up with him and then we tried to be friends. That's the number one thing that I advise and support my clients with is you cannot be friends with an ex. At least not right away. At least not right away. You have your own healings to do. Both of you have your own healing. and you can't support each other during the breakup. So you have to do that on your own. But I know it's not always easy to do that, and I wish I had support at this time when I was going through my own breakup, because it was torture for me. So this is why I do the work that I do, and through this work we uncover limiting beliefs. We uncover things that are keeping us stuck. We uncover like why we're doing these things in these relationships, why we're attracting the people that we are, and what is making us hold on and not let go. Because once you let go, that's when you start to make space for things that are really going to serve you. Yeah, not right away, if not at all. Yeah, Gabriella, definitely. Like sometimes you're not meant to be friends with the person, even though the relationship may seem like you shared everything with them. You became very close with them. They were like your best friend at the time. But sometimes, relationships are here for a season. Even friends are here for a season, and then you have to part ways. But a lot of times we like to hold on because of what we think it means. And it's the self-worth piece that I've been talking about. Like, this person represents my self-worth because without him, I mean nothing and I feel like crap. Is basically what it boils down to. So if you're interested in my 1-month intensive, let me know. PM me. I will put the link in the comments to sign up for your first session. First 2 people who sign up, it'll be super affordable, $277, and then the price goes up after that. It's 1 2-hour session plus an hour session follow-up, and unlimited email support, messenger support in between to support you during this time where you start to heal. So if this interests you, let me know. It's a really great support to have, especially if you know you're going through the same patterns over and over and over again, and you really want to call in the person that's right for you. So if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful evening, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.